have picked up litter. So get ready for 3 minutes of me talking about litter picking. We're not the most enthusiastic Keep Wales Tidy. We're not the most organized, and we don't have the most people, but we eventually turn out and do it every month, and that's what matters. So I run Keep Adamstown Tidy. It's the Tidy Adamstown. It's the Keep Wales Tidy group in Adamstown, as the name would suggest. We litter pick on the third weekend of every month because it alternates. Sometimes we do mornings on Saturday, sometimes we do Saturday afternoon, sometimes we do Sunday morning, sometimes we do Sunday afternoon. Variety is the spice of life, apparently. I don't know, we're just picking up litter. It's not that exciting. I think the main point of it is not, because usually we have quite poor turnout because we took a giant hiatus in the middle of the year and we lost tons of people who were like, we'll do this every week. And we're like, great, see you in February. And they're like, who's this? So it's more about kind of showing community spirit and kind of engaging community and talking to strangers and making friends. And bye, Becca. See you later. She will wave. She didn't want to hear me speak, it's fine. Not hurt, just disappointed. So it's more about like it's more about engaging a community than actually keeping the streets clean, because it's a giant neighborhood, and if you're just going like, we're gonna do a litter pick once a month and it's going to keep everything clean, then you're shitting yourself and you're a delusional bitch. I didn't plan any of this, and honestly, I feel like it's going very well. I'm making eye contact, I'm doing arms.
Your voice is projecting very well.
Thank you, I am a singer, so if in doubt, I'll just be like, somewhere that's green. Yeah, it's a blast. At the moment, we are literally just trying to keep going, which isn't really hard because it essentially organizes itself. You like go to the one, and then you take a picture of that, and you use that to go to promote the next one, and then you go to that, and then you do that, and it's just a little ball that keeps rolling. And our next one is the 21st of July from Helen Park or Brewery Park, depending on your thoughts.
Which is it?
It's if you're the council, it's Brewery Park because it was a brewery.
What are all the cool kids calling it?
Well, it's Helen Park because it says Helen Park on the side. Someone did a mural that just says Helen Park. I don't know who Helen is. So yeah, that's exciting. That's some very, very hyper local comedy there. You're welcome. Everyone gets the reference because they're like, yes, we're from this side of the roadway. We're Lower Roath because that's what the estate agent said. Yeah, I'm trying to, at the moment, just be very extra with it all and take stupid photos, so at least when we have to like compete with Keep Riverside Tidy, who are the most enthusiastic people in the world, they just started and they get like 30 people show up and we're like, where do these people come from? And we get like 4, and it's just me and my housemate. And so I'm just kind of like posing all the time. So if you look on our Keep Adamstown Tidy, any of our social media, it's just me going like, doing like a low lunge in the last one. Because that's all I have to offer is just kind of show business.
Is the local planters, like, is that like, you guys involved in that project as well, but is that as Keep Adamstown Tidy, or is it?
I think it's just as a separate thing, but I'll talk about it. So I also run the Topaz Street Garden, which you should all follow on Twitter because it's hilarious. It's just, at the moment, it's me tweeting pictures of fly tipping, because at the end of my street is kind of a fly tipping hotspot because people are like, this is a corner, I love it, let me put all my rubbish here. So it's kind of a really, really perennial problem, and it happens week in, week out, to the point at which it's like Rubicon Dance, who are right next to us, we're like, I cannot keep reporting this because nothing's being done about it. So at the moment the Twitter is just me tweeting pictures of that at the council and doing Sondheim lyrics at them because it's fun. So it was like, good times and bum times, I've seen them all, and my dear, it's still here. So that was fun. That's a Follies reference. Yeah, I haven't really done anything with my life or my time. But I came with enthusiasm. And it's a lot of fun. The Turpa Street Garden was kind of, so they had trees in the ground in 2008, according to Google Street View, a local source of all knowledge, and then they died, and they just got rid of them. And so it just sort of lay kind of, I want to say fallow, even though that sounds rude, for about 10 years, and then we got a planter in, because Becca from Green City, who has just left because she doesn't like me, I'm not taking it personally, it's fine. She organised all the planters, and so when she was like, do you want a planter? I was like, of course I do. And then when we installed it, we had members from the council helping us, and we were like, can we dig this up? And they were like, of course you can. And I was like, fantastic. And then we got a grant from the incinerator, I know, to buy a bunch of plants, and it's been a blast. It's very much kind of, it's very much getting to the point where I'm not embarrassed to be seen doing things next to it, which is nice, because the first year I was like, don't look at me, I'm just putting this flower and don't look at me, because it was a lot of dead grass. But it's going well, I'm having a blast, I'm making friends, I'm making connections, and I'm just greening up Adamsdown. And it's a lot of fun, and to be honest, when I started this sentence, I didn't know where I was going, and I still don't, but I feel like that's my time. Thank you so much for having me. I've been so different. I will now take questions from the floor.
With the litter picking,
Yes.
have you asked the churches to help?
Yes. So over the summer, when we were doing it last summer, we had churches, we had mosques, we had, I think, I want to say,
God, yeah.
I got down on my knees and I prayed. That wasn't the first thing I did on my knees, but I did it eventually. Yeah, so the plan is to gradually try and get more of the community groups involved.
Because it would be nice if they'd done a rota.
Yeah.
You know, even if, say, once every year or once every 6 months.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure that if they got children in that environment, they would help as well.
Yeah.
That's what we do where I live. The
Yeah.
church does the litter picking.
Where's that?
Peterstone. Marshfield?
Marshfield.
Marshfield.
Yeah.
We all know where that is.
It's like the St. Malins. It's Cart.
Haven't
It's
been that
Newport
far.
Way.
I don't know where that is.
East.
So the plan, I kind of delegated this to Owen Jones, local councillor, not the Guardian columnist, confused, to kind of engage a lot of the community groups because he has connections and has been invited to things. Whereas Sally, no friends over here, never gets invited to anything. Just because we're a very, very diverse kind of community. So we have about 3 different mosques. We have one of the largest Sikh temples. We have one of the oldest Orthodox Jewish temples. We have one of the oldest churches in Cardiff.
See, that's
Yeah.
once every 6 months now.
I delegated. I delegated it, and you see how far we got. So I'm gonna have to like stomp into a church and be like, "Come help!" So it's gonna be great. I'm really looking forward to that.
They do afternoon teas and things like that in
Yeah.
churches, so you could go along and do what you've just done.
Shimmy my way in and be like, "Wanna talk about Jesus?"
Your community needs your help now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you've got to get people to listen to you.
I know that.
Well, that's the biggest problem.
My life
It's
doing.
like a really hard egg for any community around here to crack because most people have got no idea what's going on in the next couple of
Yeah.
streets.
Unless you're roaming around with a little picky, making polite conversation to strangers.
It
Which
is
is
amazing
what I do
because,
now.
yeah, I hate to come from the other side, but I
Ah.
always say with keep roads tidy.
Oh, we
Sorry,
get it. You're posh. You're middle class. We
So
get
middle
it.
class, literally.
You're not of the people.
But,
Says the
but
rich
like-
woman who owns a home. Says the harpist.
But yeah, no, it is really amazing actually. You just like the amount of people you just talk to, just like that you would never normally talk to, just walking around the streets, and they say like thank you, and you get involved in a conversation with them.
Or
It's
you
nice.
pitch them and make them follow you on Twitter.
Should do that.
Yeah, that's what I do.
I told you, I'm bad at marketing.
You gotta do it, you gotta do it.
I've got to go because my parking's sweet.
Oh, my God.
Thank you. Bye.
She was tired of the bullshit. God bless you, go in peace.
Ripple living. And so they're on Reddit.
Oh yeah, that's terrible. I've read
Oh
my
my
goodness.
online. I don't know whether I don't know whether they're yet Ripple living.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
Well, I live in the posh part, which is North Cardiff, and there's no opportunities to do whatsoever.
Yeah, the
You
Shrine.
don't have to go to the valleys or something like that.
You can always come in.
Yeah, a month.
Lots of online streets.
So yeah, so like transition Cardiff, and then
There are certainly opportunities
and then yes,
for the
some of them will be
particular church
here.
But
and
not where I'm living.
Or
Lane.
There you go.
but yeah, there's rumours everywhere.
Final question.
There's one point, before anyone else disappears, on the Facebook event, is there any chance people just put links up to the stuff you're all talking about?
Yeah.
Because it's the only like central notice board, immediate notice boards we've got. Just so people like tag on and follow and do all the links and everything else. This is what happens too many times, these fantastic people do all the talks and then everyone just disappears and the motivation quickly dies.
Cardiff Transition Facebook and I couldn't see the event.
That's not on me, but I'm happy to take the blame for it. No, it's something with they. No?
I clicked on events, it's
No.
not there.
And it's strange because when I was looking for it, even when I was typing in Cardiff Transition show and tell, but then again, when I was putting in Cardiff Transition, nothing would come up on my Facebook either. That was really weird.
No. I got to Cardiff Transition, but I was thinking the event would be pinned.
Yeah. No, that'd be a good idea. But
I think that there's possibly a bit of an issue with, I don't know if it's something to do with GDPR, the timing is a bit weird, but Angela, who hosts crochet events here, like crochet workshops, she went from having been completely booked out like every single time to like, she cancelled the last one because nobody booked on it, and she almost cancelled this one because only one person, the one that happened this weekend, just gone. And she did say that Facebook wasn't, that Facebook had admitted to her that there was a problem with her visibility of her events and her pages. So I don't know if there might be a connected thing.
Yeah.
But back to me. Final question.
Yeah.
She is born with it, yes. Thank you. By sharing with me. Loops for days, stripes on stripes. Stripes on stripes on stripes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I've done nothing. Thank you. Well, that was